Hello everyone, welcome back to Angela's Craft Room. I've got this fun card for you today. I purchased from from Occasions catalogue, a Good Day stamp set, and I just love the little cute images. They're just such little cute ones. I've seen a lot of people making tags with them because they're so tiny. And putting them on boxes and gift bags and things, but I just wanted to incorporate them into a card layout. So this is a stamp set, A Good Day, and you get 13 images in that, and they're just some really cute ones, and some lovely sentiments in there as well. And then if you want to, you can actually get the two matching punches, which are the scallop punches, and they are 1 1/8 of an inch and 1 3/8 of an inch scallop. So that's what made it so easy for me to do these little hip ones here. I used the coordinating scallops punches. So let's get started. So I'm just going to use a white base, so it's 11 inches long by 4 1/8 wide inches, and then scored at 5.5 inches. And then I'll just grab some grid paper, and then I just scored that so we've got a nice crisp fold in our card. And then I already went ahead, just to save a little bit of time, and from that stamp set I stamped Here's to a Good Day. Okay, so then you will need, for the inside, now I've just used a piece of Whisper White, and that measures 5 1/4 by 3 7/8, and I've just stamped the little tree in that corner and the little drink up there, and I'm just going to glue that inside the card. It's such a little fun stamp set, and the thing I like, I use my Stampin Up Blends to colour the little images, and I just think they turn out so cute. So I've got a couple of tutorials on this set for you. So after this video I'll be doing the next one. So just try and get that as straight as possible. So then we've got in the middle. It's always a challenge when you're working with white that you don't get any marks on it. So I'll set that aside for one moment. Then we're going to need a piece of basic black I'm using, and a piece of DSP. So my DSP is from Delightful Daisy, and it measures 5 1/2 inches by 2 3/4 inches, and my basic black measures 5 1/2 inches by 3 inches. And all I'm going to do is glue that right to the bottom like that. Make sure that's the way I want it. So that's the bottom. That's the top, that's the bottom. I want to bring that down as far as I can there. So this, you're just seeing the opposite side of the pattern I'm using, because all Stampin' Up DSP is double-sided, so you get a great choice with designs. And I've just started doing a lot of cards where I'm using the DSP. So I'm just trying to line that up as straight as I can. So it's right down at the bottom. So it's good if you don't put too much glue under your DSP, otherwise you'll end up with bumps. So then on the back at the top of the basic black, I've got some tear and tape because I'm going to put a piece of ribbon at the top there. So I'm just going to attempt to take that off there. Then I've got my piece, a 1/4 inch of pumpkin pie. So that's stuck to the back, and as usual I just like to wrap it round. I just want a little bit of black to show at the top. Now just have a look to see that that's how I want it. Before continuing on and adhering the rest to the tear and tape. They aren't my ribbon scissors, so like that. Then I need to put a piece of tear and tape onto the top of this ribbon, so that, because the glue just won't do it, it just will not stick that lovely ribbon to the front of my card. So then we need to take that off, so I know that's going to stick. If you've got a little bit of glue, just use your finger and just push it back over. Alright, so we're going to bring back in our base card and just see whereabouts I want it. So then we need to put on the sides mostly, just a little bit in the middle there, and that tear and tape at the top's going to really make that ribbon stick for me. Just try not to put any blobs too close to the edge. Now I'm just going to line, pop it that upside down, so I'm just using the grid lines. So you can see that I'm putting the ribbon down last, making sure that that is going to be straight for me. I really love this crisp white, like I usually use coloured cardstock for my cards, and as you all know, but I just really have gone with this stamp set. I've really liked using the crisp white images. So to save some time, I have just pop that up there. I've cut out some using the new scallop punches. I've cut out and I've pre-coloured this one because it does take a little while to do that. So with this one we're just going to use the green, and I'm just going to use the little nib, not the brush end, because it's so tiny, and literally all you have to do is a little flick in each leaf, so there's no blending. So you can see how quick it is. So you just need to have a bit of a steady hand. But as you all know, I'm a fan of these Stampin' Up blends. I just love them. Now I'm just gonna, there's a little leaf on that flower, and then there's a couple of twigs of grass under the flower. So I'm just going to put them there. And always put your caps back on your blends, because otherwise, because they are alcohol markers, and they will dry out if you don't. So then just with the flower, you hardly have to touch that petal. And then we'll just grab one of these blues for the seat. Like that. And then I'm just going to grab the 2 crumb cakes. So I'm just going to start off with the light. Make sure I picked up the right one. Now we will do a little bit of blending with this, because so especially with the trunk of the tree. So then I'm just going to go to the other end of my blend, because the branches are quite fine. Like that. Then I'm just going to take the dark, and I'm just going to put a line up one side of the tree and bring my light one back in, and I'm just going to blend that out. Just gives a bit of character. So that's that. And then we'll just grab the Calypso Coral, and I'm going to use the brush end, and we're just going to make our ice cream nice and colourful. I'm not worrying about blending with these images because they're so small. And then I'm just going to get the dark crumb cake again. And I'm just going to do the cone like that. And that's all the colouring done. I did do these little bits around here before coming on camera just to save some time. So now just to pop them on the front of the card and we're all finished. So I'm going to have my stamping dimensionals. So I'm just going to put 3 on here, grab my tweezers, just push down in the middle, then they come off a lot easier. And just try and eyeball it to get it in the center. And we're going to glue that one about there. Then on the back of these we're just going to put 2 dimensionals. But I really love this stamp set, as I've said, and I'm sure I'll be using it in tutorials even when celebrations finish, because it's such a fun. And then that one I'm going to pop about up there, but we need to put some tear and tape on the back of that because it needs to catch. Actually, I'll do that now. It needs to catch that ribbon. So make sure I get the top bit. And we'll just be putting a little bit of glue. So I might just glue them into place now before I forget that I've got tear and tape on it. So we'll put this one on first. So just a little bit of glue on there. Now when I'm placing it, I don't want it to be way down here in line. I want it to be up a little bit. And because I've put the multi-purpose liquid glue, you can see it's letting me move it around a bit until I'm sure that it's straight. Then I'm just going to do a little bit of glue on this one. Now I want to make sure that tear and tape does hit that ribbon. So I'm just going to press down on the piece underneath. Might need to put a dimensional just underneath there because it's sitting high, which is okay. Even though I put glue under there, it doesn't matter. There, that's sitting better because the ribbon's is a high ribbon. And that's glued down now. Then we just got our last one where we just want to put 2 dimensionals on there. And pop him onto the scalloped punch out that I used. And then we're going to pop him. So I like to work in a triangle, but not a perfect triangle. So I want this to be above, but I wouldn't do it directly above this sentiment. You want it off to the side a little bit to give it balance. So I'm going to pop it down there. Just make sure I've got it nice and straight. And it'll just take a couple of seconds for the glue to take, so that still moving around a little bit, but that's a good thing with this glue, because if you're not completely straight, okay, so that's our card for today. So this was the first one, where just go out a little bit. Yeah. So the black and white was the first one with the Bermuda Bay, and then this one, which it does have a bit of black under it, but you can't really see it. So it's basically white and the Calypso Coral, and we used our blends to colour it. So I hope you like that card. It's a very easy card. You could duplicate this so many times, and in that stamp set it does have quite a few sentiments that you can use. So I hope that's helpful. Until next time, happy crafting!